nothing to celebrate about them. But what does that say about the political scene? And especially because these are people who are featured in other areas previously. Could it be a case where we've seen, I don't remember the year, but we saw a year where there's a pastor who came out and suddenly God had spoken to him to become president simply because he saw many people in a crusade? Could it also be that some of these guys are used to seeing crowds in their area? If it's Jaguar, where there's music, if it's Boniface, where there's a protest, then suddenly you feel that, yeah, now I can represent the people. Do they have the capacity to represent the people?
I'm so happy about Bonnie and where there's a protest. Because it's a perfect example, because perhaps right now, and for him, perhaps it makes sense because there's a protest right now. I think even if you looked, there's a protest because ukinunua leo ukinunua skari na maziwa na mkate unaita press conference.
Yeah, I've seen the meme that's going around that you actually become a celebrity.
You're a celeb because it's huge. You've done that. So therefore, for Bonnie, I think it would work because there's a protest. People are protesting against a regime that they're not happy about, so he probably would be able to.
But there's a difference between having a protest and having the capacity to lead, and that's my question. With some of these guys, if I'm a musician and people love my music, that doesn't qualify me to become a leader.
Mike, I agree with you 100%. I first of all heard about Boniface's candidature when I went to his book launch. And as a person who's an ardent follower of his work, a man I respect severely, I was very taken aback. I was actually really bored. In fact, the moment he stood and said, "So Nasimama MP," I walked out. I was like, look, all of us, and I'll say this again for a millionth time, we all have our courses. You're a fantastic presenter. I cannot do what you can do. I cannot be a fantastic dancer as Kande King. Maybe I cannot write as Stevens Mwendo or be